What's up, guys? We're back here at the GSL Code A.
That's right. It's been pretty lackluster today for Code A, an average day. The last 2 days were really very good games. Like,
the
I
last
very much
2 days
enjoyed
were
it.
pretty sick.
Yeah. So far today, I wouldn't really suggest the VODs to anyone. Thank you for watching.
I guess if you just wanted to learn.
Yeah, no, there's been some good games,
but for entertainment purposes, I'd say.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. There's like been some good games in here, but the series overall
it's
aren't
like the
exciting.
stories today are more exciting than the events within the game that are actually happening.
Well,
like
we have
Symbols back in Code S.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah,
very exciting.
SOS, that's even more exciting.
The games themselves, like, you know.
The next match, though, PvP, we'll see how this one goes. I think that this is a pretty decent match. It's hard to say exactly who'll take this. I would always lean towards First. I think First is really good. He's on KT now, so it's definitely a better team than Prime. You know, especially when you have someone like Stats on your team for another Protoss, and Zest as another Protoss on your team. That's like two of the Protoss that you could name right around top 5-ish in the world. So First PvP should be like insanity good right now.
I think First wins is either 3-0 or 3-1.
I believe it's going to be a 3-1. I think MyuNgSiK he's very tricky, and he has definitely a lot of different ways that he plays that can catch you off guard. And he also gets really decisive as well. There's definitely some good redeeming things about MyuNgSiK's play. So I think he can take one map, and he could even take two. Hell,
and
it's PvP, he could win.
Anything can happen, yeah. Here's MyuNgSiK now.
Yeah, he's this guy has had quite an interesting career so far, really busting on the scene with just massive amounts of Phoenixes in his games. And then
sporting the, what would it be, about 2010 Wolf hair.
Oh, yes, I guess you're right.
You can't unsee that now. Now that I've said that, you cannot unsee that.
I don't know. I think I'll just watch his Protoss and unsee that fine.
So he takes off the Mission Impossible mask, and that's Wolf under there.
Well, let's see how this goes for these guys. Did we see the map pull already? I don't think we did we?
I believe we're going to see it right now.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
King Sejong Station, Overgrowth, Merry-Go-Round, Expedition Lost, and Iron Fortress.
Yeah. Okay. No shenanigans, says First with Vonnie. That can be a tricky one. That's like skirting the edges of greed on that map. So First doesn't seem to feel happy with that. That might mean that he wants to do more pressuring type of plays, more one-basing and stuff, which is a totally fair way to play the matchup.
Well, we're getting very close to starting this first game. King Sejong Station is going to be the starter map, one-on-one map. Anything can happen. It's a map we've had for a long time. Maybe I'd say it's easily the top 3 best StarCraft II maps, actually.
I think it's the best StarCraft II map of all time.
I think so. I could not disagree with that.
It gives us a better variety of games. It's changed a lot as the meta changes, the way people play it. It's been around for a long time. It's downright fun to play. I love playing on the map. And that's for instance, Overgrowth is a very good map, but I do not enjoy playing on it like I enjoy playing on King Sejong Station. It's not even close.
Overgrowth has a very sterile feel to it.
Yes, it does. It's like
King
playing on
Sejong
training grounds or something.
is quite interesting, though.
Yeah.
All right, we're going into game number 1 here. First against MyuNgSiK in a fight to see who goes on to GSL Code S. In the upper left in the red, he is
KT roster First.
in the bottom right in the blue. He is
MyuNgSiK Prime.
All right.
Oh. Look, no hands.
So, we'll just sit and wait.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and see what the opening builds are going to be.
Yeah, it's a map where we see a decent amount of proxies on.
And I got to say, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I know the beta's out. Maybe some of you guys don't have it yet. But we certainly do appreciate you joining us here for the GSL Code A.
Yeah. best show on earth.
I'm a good man. Yeah, I am not doing anything tomorrow, but sitting at my computer.
Yeah.
Legacy of the Void, and the new Hearthstone is out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Hearthstone wing to unlock the card takes about 30 minutes.
Ah, from Long Island.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, from Bangkok.
Boston.
Oh, Tasteosis. Thank you.
Oh.
You guys are seeing how slow I read when I do that. Yeah. Have you ever been to Bangkok?
Yeah.
It's on a nat tap you really hard, like some kind of bro. Now, I like Bangkok. It's a pretty cool place. I prefer Chiang Mai, though.
Yeah, I spent a long time in Chiang Mai. Bangkok, I was only there for like a day or two, so I didn't actually see very much at all.
It's really,
saying
really
I've been there
cosmopolitan
isn't
city.
fair to it, really. Like, I did not get to explore it, really.
Yeah.
So.
It is always cool when we're down here in the studio to see where people are coming in from.
Yeah. A lot of people do a little tour and end up in Korea for a little bit of it. It's a fun way to do it, I think.
So, you know, for those of you guys that are tourists out here, I'm sure you've tried the kimchi.
Yeah.
You went and saw a StarCraft experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess to finish up your Korean experience, you need to drink copious amounts of soju one night and regret it the next day. And you've done it, man.
You definitely could do that.
Yeah.
It's something all of us have tried.
That's so we've all tried it, maybe more than once out here.
Possibly. Not gonna get into
I
specifics.
actually saw this really interesting stat, actually. Soju is one of the most consumed alcohols in the world that has been consumed by the smallest percent of people.
Yeah.
It's actually absurd how much soju is consumed if you look at just the volume, like globally. Yet most people have never tried soju because it's
That's very true,
unique to Korea. I was
it costs a lot outside of Korea.
No, I was about to bring this up. I went and visited some of my friends back in Kansas City, and we went. You know, we were obviously going to get drinks the first night I get down there, and they're like, "Oh, let's get soju." And I look at the bottle, and it's $14, and I'm like,
Yeah.
No. They're like, "Oh, come on, it's fine. We'll pay for it." I'm like, No.
Can't do it.
$14 for a bottle of soju? Are you kidding me?
Well, looks like here, kind of interesting what we're seeing.
Yeah.
It looks like a Blink build versus a DT build,
This
and
is
the
gonna
DT
be-
build goes with an expand for first. So
Yeah, so DTs are going to be scary, but one thing to keep in mind is the mobility of Blink. Sometimes you can just run around and kill all the probes before the DTs can really do anything.
yeah.
So
We'll see if he gets a Robo as well. And the thing is, okay, he just scouted the Nexus, but he's going to scout the Dark
there we go.
Shrine, and he does go ahead and throw up that Robo. So from here, I would imagine that MyuNgSiK is going to all in on this.
probably.
I think that's probably the right play too. Like, you don't want to have a slower Nexus, but if you're going to have Blink plus an Observer, the DTs are like, that is such a money sink that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
We might have to
does a
see
lot,
first
actually.
cancel that. Yeah.
Warping in some more Stalkers here. Blink about 75% complete.
Well, that's a lot of damage you can put on that Nexus. We'll see if he does a cancel. Doesn't look like he wants to. Okay. And doesn't quite get any force fields off there to trap any.
Just far away enough to get out of there.
Yeah.
And he did get that pylon, which is a pretty big deal. DTs cannot be warped in at as close of a proximity.
Looks like we have an Observer on the way. More Stalkers being warped in. And this is... I mean, this looks so good right now from MyuNgSiK, I would say. He has so many more Stalkers at the moment. He should be able to get in here and just out-micro everything.
Yeah. Good move there, keeping the Observer right back at home.
Well, that means he doesn't have anything to go against this DT, actually. He already killed the Prox Problem, but I guess he thinks there could be another one. This is the one DT on the map, and it's actually doing its job very, very well for first.
He did not kill that Nexus. You can see he tried to go for just terminate that Nexus and then run away, and he actually got chased out. So first might be in better shape than we thought, just based off the way MyuNgSiK has been handling this game.
Well, MyuNgSiK decided to play... Well, I mean, it wasn't truly safe to keep the Observer at home. It's safe against losing probes and losing the game because of that, but it gives time to first. Like, if he had sent that straight across, we, of course, know looking at this game that he would have killed the DT and then just continually warped in Stalkers and really started to beat down the first front door before his blink was done. But now First has blink and an expand, so this is looking really good for First now.
He's going to start pushing forward here. The blinking away micro is pretty good, but guess what? First has blinking of his own.
Yeah, looking fantastic for First at this moment. Not sure what MyuNgSiK's plan is here overall.
This is kind of a sad state of affairs because he had the build that countered this and didn't execute it properly.
Yeah. It's he scouted the Dark Shrine in time to have a much better advantage, but he is trying to push through right now. That Nexus Cannon does come down, and that is like the nail in the coffin, if you ask me.
Yeah, MyuNgSiK's basically dead.
In fact, well, First is actually like he's pushing pretty heavily there. Okay, that still works out. But yeah, if First just continually produces here, uses his chronos and whatnot, and that better economy. Look at this, 10 Stalkers to 11 now. We're having slight Stalker advantages from MyuNgSiK, but by the time this Nexus Cannon goes out...
Well, plus the probes here that can be used to defend too, so... He's going to blink up here into the main, it looks like, and try to get some kills that way.
It's a good move. He's got to do something here. He can't just sit here and let his opponent have a Nexus and mine more.
Yeah, so there's only about a minute or two left here. MyuNgSiK has to do a ton of damage.
Yeah, and very nice moves here by MyuNgSiK. Just trying to keep those Stalkers at the front, and if they do go back, of course, he can do some damage. And those 4 Stalkers in the main base have killed a lot of probes so far.
He's going to come around now and try to sandwich here.
Yeah, indeed. He does, in fact, blink
this
right down. Blinking on top.
Pretty good, but
yeah.
Let's see. I mean, he has to make it
really
work with
well
this
done.
attack.
Yeah, and he does.
All the probes, by the way, are down here at this expansion. Did he do it?
Yeah, he did. That was really well done.
Props to MyuNgSiK. That was really well done. MyuNgSiK, that was like the last possible second he had to make that work.
Yeah. That was his very last leg right there. Like the 4-Stalker blinking. First did not deal with that perfectly.
No.
MyuNgSiK did everything within his power to recover that game after the DT slowed him way down when he should have been able to press a blink advantage. But wow, I'm impressed that he was able to take that game.
I'm very surprised. Surprised and impressed. That was really nicely done. First, obviously a bit salty after that loss. All he had to do, all First had to do was survive. Another minute or two goes by, it's the point of no return.
Yeah.
The income from that expansion starts to really kick in. You start to end up with a lot of minerals and then more gates. And
what he needed to do was not allow those 4 Stalkers up and mess him up and just use the chronos from 2 Nexus on the 4 gates with a slightly better economy, and he should be able to squeeze out an extra 2 to 3 Stalkers, which is what MyuNgSiK had over him.
Yeah.
And if you have the same amounts and you're in this defensive arc, like, you should be able to hold on. But wasn't able to do it. Good win there for MyuNgSiK.
We're now going to Overgrowth. MyuNgSiK with the lead. First is the favorite here, so that's a great start for him.
Yeah, well, First still a very good PvP player. Didn't work out from that game. Did get scouted. See what he chooses to do on Overgrowth. You know, there's so many builds in this matchup like we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, there's so many different things you could do. We just have to wait and see how they're going to open up.
Yeah, it's a best of 5, so I'd imagine someone's going to proxy at some point as well.
Should happen.
Overgrowth is a pretty common map for that, so we could see it here.
We're now moving into game number 2 in our final best of 5 tonight with First against MyuNgSiK. In the bottom left in the red.
KT roster First.
In the upper right in the blue, he is
MyuNgSiK Prime.
All right. Let's wait and see what these guys have planned. Do quite love this matchup.
Yeah, it's a great matchup. You know, it's funny because mirror matchups can go 2 very different directions, right? And that's a general rule for RTS, is it's usually very limited and not much wiggle room at all.
Yeah.
To this is crazy and you can do anything.
Yeah.
And this is one of these matchups where you could do anything in a PvP.
Very much like, as you were saying, yesterday. TVT in StarCraft 1 was like, it had the most
I felt like it was the best
openers.
matchup in the game. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it might have been.
I love doing TVT.
It had like the most openers that were actually legitimate of any matchup. Like you could open with basically any tech and any type of strategy that you wanted. And PvP is kind of like that. There are so many different strats in the early game, mid game, and well, I guess the real late game boils down to only a couple different things, but the amount of ways to get into that. And sometimes you don't even hit that. Sometimes you hit a very weird late game because of the tech choices beforehand, and they all work differently against each other with different strengths and different weaknesses. It's like, it's very, very complex. I really love this matchup. This was actually coming in today, the match I was pretty excited about.
Something's happening, Artosis. First is up to no good. What's that
is he
probe
trying
doing?
to make trouble in MyuNgSiK's neighborhood?
I think so.
One little probe, and MyuNgSiK's going to get scared.
Cybernetics Core is getting close to finishing. This looks like it should be a proxy Stargate for an Oracle.
Yeah, definitely, I would say. 2-gate here from MyuNgSiK. Now, of course, he is bringing his probe down to scout, and if he does a quick ring, we'll see what he sees as far as pylons go. Go up to the top, see a pylon there.
Yeah, this is where you want to do a pylon count here. Because they both would know exactly how many structures they should be having here. So the absence of one of those pylons is automatically a tell. Here's that Stargate now.
All right, well, okay, this is actually just going to be... Oh, okay, he's actually getting his own Stargate. It's just slightly later.
He's going to make a Phoenix or something and just try to kill off that...
You think he's that sure of it?
I think so.
He might be.
Seems like it. It seems like it was made and he identified, okay, it's a proxy something. I mean, Phoenixes are pretty handy if they're doing any kind of crazy cheese.
Oh, certainly can be a very good strategy to go with. MyuNgSiK making a couple more Stalkers right now. And
this is funny. There's a second hidden pylon here for first.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to do with that. It has to be Twilight, right?
I think so.
There's just nothing else it would be, because Skates you just make in your main. There's no reason to hide them.
Okay, so here's that Oracle. Let's see what MyuNgSiK makes out of this Stargate. Is it going to be a Phoenix?
He makes a Phoenix. Okay, he does
make
make
he's making an Oracle. All right.
It's like okay if it's Oracle against Oracle. Obviously, you don't want to make Oracle against Phoenix, but like he could do a lot of damage with that, especially since so much tech is being made by First. He shouldn't have too many Stalkers at home. And they're both going Twilight. I do wonder if First's is for Blink or for DTs. I know that MyuNgSiK's is for Blink. Oh, man. Oh, that's brutal. Look at this. He is going to get so many kills here. Man, all this lost mining time, 4 kills so far. MyuNgSiK, he's like almost dead already.
Oh my god, this is just so bad.
Yeah. Wow, 7 kills
Crazy.
And like infinity lost mining time.
I mean, look at those minerals not moving for MyuNgSiK right now.
Yeah. Well, MyuNgSiK going to send down his. Uh-oh. Defense.
He's already prepared. He's going to be careful. He might actually lose that Oracle. Nope, gets it away. Nicely done.
And he does have an expand on the way. He is going for Dark Templar tech. A DT might just finish this game as well. Like the thing is, First this is a choose your own adventure win for him now.
Yeah.
The amount he's ahead is insane. He could just
turn to page 53 and go DTs.
A blink all in. The DT has a very good chance of winning. This is just ugh. Yeah, especially with the Oracle over across the map. Because, I mean, the DT walks in and gets, let's say, 3 probe kills and the probe's off to run again. I mean, come on.
What are you going to do?
It's like thousands of minerals down the train.
Yeah. That was an absurd amount of lost mining time, by the way. That was just
so much.
I don't even know how we could quantify how much lost mining time that really was.
We can quantify it because it's
1 second.
We have the numbers on the screen.
Yeah.
And First was mining 700 plus minerals per minute.
Oh, that's true. What am I saying?
So, like, he was losing.
Oh, hold on.
I mean, he lost so much. It's insane. Okay, and 2 DTs? Oh, God.
I think this game's about to end, boys and girls. Kind of surprised.
Oh, and he actually, this...
GG.
I mean, that's it. Okay, so First catches him there totally with that DT tech, but the Oracle actually is what truly caught him first. He wasn't completely sure that it was an Oracle. He wasn't sure of really anything there. MyuNgSiK wasn't, so... You know, sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't.
Man, first, nicely done for that game. That Oracle worked out. That was all down to that Oracle. They got in there. The Stalkers were not there to defend. Let's see how they play, though, in game number 3.
I can't remember what the map is. Oh, man, he's biting his hand.
A lot of tension here with these two players. It is the dream to be in GSL Code S.
Yeah.
When you are a Code S player, I mean,
First has been there.
I guess
Reasonable amount
the
of times
dream
now.
for most nerds is to get Grandmaster during the StarCraft, but the dream of the best is to be, well, ideally Code S Champion, but just to be Code S caliber, to be considered, okay, he's a Code S player.
Yeah. And neither of these guys are considered regulars or automatic Code S guys at all.
Right. They're not the first names you say when you say, tell me a Code S player, you go, life! Shoots out of your mouth
There's
immediately.
like probably a set of 20, 25 players that like 100% you look like, no, this is a guy that's top 20, 25 in the world, something like that. I actually don't have the exact number in my head, but I'm sure I could go through and name
young
them.
before you say these guys. Even.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He's definitely Code S. These guys, not as much, but I think first is like right on the brink of it, of being a name that you're like, yeah, of course he's supposed to be Code S. Like, you know, to be fair, like Party, who got second place, first very nearly killed Parting in last season. It was quite a nice match, quite a nice PvP. Like, he should have had it. He actually was outplaying Parting in that PvP set. And then Parting won anyways because he's Parting, so.
It's now time for game number 3 here. 2 players, only one will move on to the GSL Code S. In the upper right, in the red.
KT roster first.
And in the upper left here in the blue.
MyuNgSiK Prime.
All right. See what you got, MyuNgSiK.
MyuNgSiK
City.
That 6 City thing really stuck, didn't it?
It certainly did.
Why did that? Because people are still saying it to me all the time.
It's so corny.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Just so corny.
But I
And
mean,
you say it in such a funny voice.
6 City. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's so funny to see what sticks and what doesn't stick. Using Nerd Baller, we were using that.
Yeah.
So I was using that before I cast with you, but that just never went away, man.
Yeah. It's a good one, too. Looks like a slightly quicker gate here.
We have a friend out here, I won't name, but his friend started just using 6 City. Like, he'd be like, oh, 6 City. We're like, no.
Yeah.
You don't just say, like, oh, 6 City. You're like, oh, yeah. You have to say it in the dumb, epic voice.
Yeah. That was pretty
That
funny.
was
I forgot
funny.
about that.
Yeah, we were like no, don't do that. Like, just don't make this like something that we just say like.
And just for those of you at home, please know that you are allowed to use 6 City however you like. Tastus is not actually the boss of you.
Actually, believe it or not, I am. That is my word, and it's, yeah.
That's your word.
My word.
The word sick and the word city. Those are your words right there.
Yeah, together they certainly are.
I think doctors have more claim, probably, to the word sick.
Not anymore, Artosis. I'm afraid. For any doctors listening, I'm afraid the tables have turned. All right, so the cybernetic score is getting close to finishing here.
Yeah.
Now, MyuNgSiK opted for a quicker cybernetic score by cutting on probes.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for a 3-gate here.
Cool.
Very, very aggressive. I believe that's what he's doing because he chrono boosted the warp gate, but we'll see because he does have a lot of probes on gas right now. Yeah, he has a full 6, so that would make me think that he wants to do something a little bit more techy. But as of right now, we do have first about to pop up here. Could be very hard for him to tell what's going on. It is a very quick stalker to pop out.
Yeah, he should know that that's a quick, excuse me, cybernetic score.
And it is a 3-gate.
Cool. And first is going to go for the Twilight Council.
Okay, this all comes down to what happens with this mothership core then. Because if he doesn't have that Nexus cannon, MyuNgSiK, if he gets a pylon up and actually gets a warping round, he'll just have more stalkers and he'll just be able to punish up the ramp, and there's nothing to do without the...
He needs to get that mothership core back home. He's checking for any proxies.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to get a taste of his own medicine from game number 2.
Well, let's see. Looks like mothership core is going back. He saw the stalker, so this is still very quick, so it's going to force a very early Nexus Cannon. Like a regular 2-gate stalker push like this, you barely get your blink in time. So the blink is still going to be a little bit late when it finishes, I believe, if I'm correct on how these 2 timings actually line up.
Pylon under fire here. He's going to warp in these next stalkers. This pylon will not be taken out.
No. By the way, when you're warping in units, they take 200% damage in Legacy of the Void. It's crazy.
That is actually
I lost
huge.
multiple games before I figured that out, where I'm warping stuff in and they just die in one volley to everything. All right, so starts this off.
Now you let
Nexus
the Nexus Cannon cool down here. You're saving usually chronos on gates for very specific points of time.
Oh, he canceled Blink. And he went with Dark Shrine, which is a very good call here against such an aggressive build, but the Dark Shrine will be too late. Just as the Blink would be too late. It's a tough one to fight against his build. If he wins, it's going to be by the skin of his teeth. That's for sure. I think what
Nexus Cannon cooldown is almost
This is going to be very dirty what we watch here. Like, he is going to be microing his heart out, but he doesn't have a proxy pylon anywhere. So even if he ends up holding this, he's going to lose a lot of probes, and the DT should take a long time to get to his opponent's base.
Nice control here from MyuNgSiK. Continuing to back up. Oh, I like this. Just darts forward here.
Yeah. Perfect move. Picking off a lot of probes, and now picking off a lot of stalkers as well.
I like the focus firing really nicely done.
Really on top of his micro here.
There's only 12 probes remaining here. Most of them are actually defending too.
Yeah, look at his money. He doesn't even have enough to warp in 2 DTs, so this game is basically over at this point.
How funny is that? Yeah.
Yeah, like 1 DT can clean up, and then there will be...
It's too late. Yeah, the stalkers would kill all the probes by the time the DT started even damaging those. MyuNgSiK is so close. You can see the intensity here.
Yeah, he's trying to keep his...
I am 1 game away from that coveted Code S position.
He's trying to keep his adrenaline under control there, for sure. That's what that was. By the way, like, first correctly assessed that Blink would be too slow and he wasn't going to have any stalkers left to Blink.
Yeah.
But the Dark Shrine is just as slow, so, like, I think that was kind of a no-win, but that was, like, maybe a slightly higher % chance that a DT somehow brings him back. So I appreciate what he did there, although it was pretty futile. Like, that was a really tough one. Almost a build order win, not exactly, but, like... Good moves by MyuNgSiK.
Good moves for sure. Well, Tosis can first come back.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that he's a really strong PvP player.
I think MyuNgSiK's going to take this.
I do too.
He's looking good.
His builds are looking nice.
Game 1 was incredible, by the way. That was an impressive game.
Certainly.
We're having a lot of good PvPs here, Code.
Yeah, I think that PvP has been stable long enough. People are really understanding now what they're supposed to do and what
I think it was
how
one of the matchups that got mapped out the latest.
It certainly was. We had no idea what we were really doing until Rain came along and fixed everything.
Actually, yeah. We're going to go to a short break. When we return, we're going to finish this final best of 5 in a fight to see who goes on to the GSL Code S.